started this tradition of each year's recipient coming back to give the award to the next year's recipients. So without further ado, let me introduce Roger Davis. Some of you might remember, last time I told you that Roger is the one who made me dean, in the sense that the chancellor and the provost gave me the job, but my fellow deans, one of them said to me, "You're not a real dean until you've raised $1 million." So Roger and Julie helped me do that first. So I'm very grateful for that. So Roger Davis, come on up here.
Thank you, Dean Neely, very much. It's a real honor to be introducing John this evening. We all have a program here, and if you turn enough pages back, you'll read about John, and in case you haven't, you should do so. I'll hit some highlights. His business career has been very successful. Chairman, President, CEO of a tremendously successful Kansas company. Very active in the community, a real hallmark of Capital Federal. I did a little bit of, since I joined the 21st century, I do some internet searching. And this is just a short list of all that he's been involved in. Dropping on down to the very last paragraph, I met Brenda for the first time this evening. Brenda and I have agreed that behind John is a very hard-working woman. I don't know John real well. We've only met a few times. And what that meant was that I wanted to get to know a little bit more about John. But most importantly, the few times that we have met, immediately I knew he was a very gracious person. And so many times what we read about in the media is someone who's very successful in business, and they're the opposite of gracious. They're not grateful. Today, during the board meetings, our dean talked about the hallmark of the School of Business at the University of Kansas. And she describes it as the intersection of smart and nice. John is the role model for the School of Business, smart and nice. I also went back to the 19th or 18th century approach, and I asked some people, rather than going to the internet, I said, "Tell me about John." One-on-one, live conversation. Quite an experience. And I made some notes. John relates to and with everyone. That's a great ability. Highest integrity, humble, genuine, great supporter of the state of Kansas and its citizens. Very loyal to KU. In fact, one person said, "I don't know anyone more loyal." And I'll take us back then to John Dicus is a great role model for all of us, for the School of Business, for the University of Kansas. Please join me in recognizing John.
Hopefully my daughter was paying attention. Unfortunately, I would have to argue with you on the one loyal person would be the one who cannot join us tonight, and that would be my mom. She would definitely be the most loyal Jayhawk ever, so unfortunately she's not here. But Chris, thank you very much for that introduction. It's a little overwhelming to be here tonight receiving this Distinguished Alumni Award, especially when I look back at the list of past recipients and who has received this award in the past, looking at not only what they have done for their business, what they've done for the state of Kansas, but what they've done for the University of Kansas. It's very humbling to be in front of you tonight receiving this. I want to also congratulate Don on his award tonight. Very well done. A little hard when you have read recently in a Sports Illustrated and they're talking about the hallmark moment, and you're up on the sharing the same podium with somebody who has a recognition like Kleenex and Xerox that things are a hallmark moment, and you're just a Kansas banker. So, Don, congratulations. Yeah. Before I go too far, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce my family who has joined me here this evening. My wife, Brenda, who, for those of you who don't know, was also a graduate of the University of Kansas School of Business. So, yeah. We've had a debate in our house who the first graduate of the class of '83 should have been receiving this award, and fortunately she wasn't on the committee that got to choose this evening. Yeah, my daughter Laura who is here this evening. Yeah. For those of you who are an excellent recruiter to universities, I wish you would stop by and say hi to her. Yeah, she is our third daughter, and the first two have not seen the light and have gone somewhere else to school, so we're keeping our fingers crossed on Laura. So, yeah, hopefully the recruiting process starts tonight. Yeah, I'd also like to introduce my sister Debbie and her husband Bob Kennedy. And my nephew, Tom Kennedy, who is the most recent graduate in the family from the School of Business. Yeah, graduating 2 years ago with an undergrad and last year with a master's in accounting. So we've kept the tradition going, and hopefully Laura will be the next one, maybe. I'm putting the pressure on. The first two didn't work. I gotta get a different strategy. Yeah, but the most important family member I've got here tonight is my dad, Jack. Yeah. Because without him, 29 years ago when I graduated from the School of Business, I might not have had a job. Yeah. But fortunately, he and my grandfather, Henry Bubb, took me into Capital Federal 29 years ago, and Jack and I have had the opportunity to work together ever since, and it's been a very enjoyable career and very rewarding. And fortunately, with all his good guidance and leadership and mentoring, he hasn't let me stray away from how you do things the right way. And I look back and I see Howard Cohen, who is our accountant and auditor. Yeah, so I've got some good guidance in here this evening for people who have kept us on the straight and narrow, and fortunately allowed Capital Federal to be the institution it is today. It's been a fun 29 years, and hopefully there'll be many more there, but we've gone through a lot at Capital Federal during that time frame, a lot of swings in interest rates. In 1999, we took the company public from a mutual institution at that time to a public company, and That was interesting, especially when you take a savings and loan public right during the technology stock boom. And you go to your first annual meeting and somebody stands up and says that, you know, anybody can make 15% in this environment, and your stock is trading less than its IPO. I think I'm fortunate to still be here. But the bank has grown significantly over that time frame, and fortunately we rebounded from that first year and have gone on to survive the housing boom in 2005 through 8, which then created the housing crisis and financial crisis in 2008, and then the Dodd-Frank legislation, which I see Mike and a few other bankers out here, they know what we're talking about there, and all the legislation that we in the banking industry are having to survive. But it's been a good 29 years, and hopefully there'll be more, as I said. But probably one of the best decisions Jack and I made during that time frame, and I'm going to guess Neely might agree with me this evening, and that was back during our conversion in 1999 to a public company. Our regulator allowed us to create a foundation. And with that, we put a business plan together, put all the policies and procedures, investment policies, who we would like to donate to, and during that conversion, seeded the foundation with $30 million, 15 in cash and 15 with Capital Federal stock. In 2010, we went public and sold the rest of the company to the public at that time, and put another $40 million into our foundation. So over the 15 years it's been in existence, we put $70 million into it, and I would tell you today it is worth over $100 million. We have contributed out the door over $42 million, and that doesn't include one small gift that we've given recently. Which, speaking of that gift, we're very fortunate, I think, to still have $100 million in the foundation. You know, when Neely comes to call on you, it is hard to say no. And after, was it 2 weeks ago, at the golden anniversary, or the Jack went to an event here that, well, I probably shouldn't say what it was because it gives away his age. But he's Gold Medal Club. He said after that, Neely was so persuasive that he was thinking of giving more, and I'm like, oh my God. So I'm going to keep the two of them separate. Fortunately, they're on the other different sides of the table, and Tammy Dishman and Rick Jackson, who are here this evening involved with the foundation, they're probably having a heart attack whether I just said that. But it's been a lot of fun. Through that time, the foundation has given over $12 million to higher education, to the universities, community colleges in the cities where we have branches across the state. And just last year, in 2013, we funded over $400,000 in scholarships to Kansas kids at these universities. So it's been a very rewarding situation, opportunity for us with the foundation, and hopefully with the money that we still have, we'll be able to do many other great things in the state. I've got my eye on you. They asked me to talk a little bit about my days in the business school here, which unfortunately, in the way kids go to school today and get to know their professors and are very actively involved with them, I was just the opposite. I was the kid that wanted to be in the back of the classroom, and I'd rather be in the back of this room right now. So it was, you know, a different time, but thinking back to a couple memories there, they said Professor Kreider was here, which is probably one of the most memorable times I had. From when you want to be in the back of the classroom, I enrolled in a labor relations class in graduate school. And not sure why I got into that class, but I was hoping maybe at some point I'd get into management and it might be worthwhile. But I got into that class and there was only 12 students in it, and 2 of us were in the MBA program, and the other 10 were either getting their doctorate or master's in labor relations. So I knew I was in over my head, and there was assignment and discussion every day, so I learned quickly that I better pay attention and do my homework. So hopefully that has carried with me for many years since then. Yeah. The other memory I have is going back to the very beginning in Business 240. So those of you who remember the start of your business school career, that class that they were trying to weed you out of. So in the school, it was a lot of fun. We had quite a few guys in my fraternity pledge class that were in the accounting class that semester, and we all were trying to make our way through that, and got to finals time. Yeah, and everybody was cramming hard for that, and unfortunately the story that I might lose my degree here in a minute, but one of my pledge brothers, he'd gotten tired of studying. He decided that he was going to head to the wheel instead of continuing to study for his final, but he made a statement as he left that, probably being in an academic environment, I shouldn't repeat, but it's one that has stuck with me for many years, that there is more to an education than a school book, was his reasoning why he thought he should go to the wheel. But when you think about it, the academics, the schoolwork is the foundation that you get, but we are learning and getting an education the rest of our lives, and we're all continuing to learn. So with that, I better wrap this up before Neely decides she's going to investigate my tenure and transcript, because she's already said that once this evening. So Neely, thank you very much.
Okay, students in the audience, that was not a cap-fed moment, okay? No. Chancellor? Come on, Big J. And Laura, no pressure on you. There are just 3 chancellors in the room today. That's all.
Jack, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.